The Bengals can't say they're underdogs this week. We'll dive into that, their mindset, some other thoughts on their blowout win over the Buffalo Bills, and more right here on a 30K celebration edition of Cincinnati Bengals Talk. Hi again, everyone, and welcome in to Cincinnati Bengals Talk. I'm James Rapien of allbengals.com. First and foremost, shout out to you. Make sure you like, subscribe, ring the bell. And while so many of you have subscribed this year, it's been just awesome. Awesome being able to talk and see everybody on the road. I'm sure I'm going to see plenty of you on the road in Kansas City. And, well, we just reached 30,000 subscribers on Monday. So I just wanted to thank you, because it's been really fun watching this channel grow, do this, go back and forth with Andrew, the fun, the hectic post-game, which every post-game is hectic, spoiler alert, and, well, he's been killing it, and you've been killing it here, just watching and supporting this channel, and whether it's Bengals on the Brain with Joe Goodberry, Elise Jesse's The OT, on Tuesday and Thursday nights respectively, you guys have embraced everything that we've put out there, and we try to bring you the best Bengals content on YouTube. This week will be no different. Of course, we're going to Kansas City for the conference championship game, and I want to talk about that game on this video, but just a couple of other thoughts rewatching, and of course I went back and rewatched that Bills game, and just things that I might have missed after my instant reaction. The first of which, it might not be where you were thinking, but I love that Mike Hilton, well, listed at 5'9", 184, is the toughest guy on the field. I love it. I love Mike. We've interviewed him a ton here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk. I've talked with him all season long, and whether it's me just honestly getting it wrong and saying the word trip when describing him tackling Derrick Henry in the backfield, I meant tripping up, but that was hilarious, and that kind of went viral way back when they beat the Titans, and he called me out, and he should have. Or it was the other day against Josh Allen. Mike Hilton is the best tackler I've seen. He would be able to tackle the Big Show for wrestling fans out there, or Andre the Giant, who I'm sure everybody knows, or The Undertaker. Or this dude can tackle anyone, and I don't know how he does it. He's no taller than I am. He probably doesn't weigh much more than me, if any more than me. And this dude is the toughest dude on the field. So he really stood out to me, made plays. Obviously, the offensive line deserves a ton of credit. And I posted on our Instagram and on our Facebook and TikTok. We're everywhere now, you know, Cincinnati Bengals Talk. We're everywhere. And I posted a video that the Bengals threw out there of Frank Pollock praising the line. And we don't know what's going to happen injury updates wise. Alex Kappa hasn't been ruled out. Obviously, Lyle Collins is out for the year. And Jonah Williams hasn't been ruled out yet for Sunday's game. But this offensive line played well. And if you play like that again and you're the more physical team, it's going to go a long way in beating Kansas City. So we'll see. But that was a great start. That said, and I get confidence as an all-time high. And one of the clips that I really loved was Zac Taylor saying how afterwards I asked him about just their mindset and how they've been able to overcome injuries and get to this point. And he said they're built for this. And I love that. I love the snarky Zac Taylor apology. In fact, I know Andrew has that clip ready to go. Zac Taylor apologizing about the neutral site spoiling the NFL's plans. I love this because he's a little swagged out the same way you got Joe Mixon or Jamar Chase or Joe Burrow. This is snarky Zac Taylor following the win over the Bills.
We had our mindset to go play in Kansas City, and it is tough because they have to formulate the plans for coin tosses, and they got to formulate the plans for neutral site games, and we just keep screwing it up for everybody, and I hate that for people that have to endure all those logistical issues, and then we just keep screwing it up. So I'm sorry.
And even though I like all of those things, right? I like the confidence, and I like everything that they really are doing right now. It doesn't change the fact that there is a game on Sunday. It doesn't change the fact that when they line up, it's going to be Andy Reid on the sideline and Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce and some studs. Chris Jones in the middle of that defense for the Chiefs. And so make no mistake about it. And I just want to make it perfectly clear because it's tough when you beat a team like the Bills the way the Bengals did to not just be thinking, oh, well, man, Glendale, Arizona. Do we need to find a way to fly into Phoenix? I get that. I understand it. This is no picnic. This is not going to be some fun go to Arrowhead. Arrowhead is the loudest stadium I've ever been in. Last year was insane. And yes, the Bengals won. I get it. And I know they've won 3 straight. But you don't want to look past the Chiefs is all. And I know the Bengals aren't. But just as a disclaimer, that's still the Chiefs. And Patrick Mahomes is going to play. Spoiler alert. That dude is not playing this week. I promise you, high ankle sprain or not, he's going to play. How limited will he be? I'm not sure. All I know is when adrenaline takes over, as an athlete, sometimes you just do things. And you do things in the moment that maybe you can't do in warm-ups, that you do, boom, right there. We've seen Burrow do that a ton playing through pain. I would expect Patrick Mahomes to do the same. So certainly not looking past Kansas City. I want to talk about the betting line because it's moved drastically. And since I'm doing that, I might as well tell you about MyBookie. Whether you bet to earn or bet to have a little fun, MyBookie is the place to go. And the Bengals, well, they're favored on MyBookie right now, which is a bit odd considering that they're on the road at Arrowhead against the Kansas City Chiefs on Sunday. So if you like the Bengals, well, hopefully you got them a few days ago when the Chiefs were favored. And it was initially a pick 'em, and then it moved a little bit in the Chiefs' favor, and then it's completely flipped to the Bengals. But right now, if you use promo code Bengals Talk, you're going to get on a deposit of $50 or more, you're going to get a cash bonus instantly to your MyBookie account. And using that bonus is simple. You just wager that $50 or whatever you deposited, and then they're going to deposit that bonus into your account, and you can cash out at any time. So whether it's the conference championship games in the NFL, whether it's UFC, whether it's college hoops, and anything in between, MyBookie has you covered. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie and promo code Bengals Talk. The Bengals, as we record this on Tuesday afternoon, are 2.5-point favorites. Think about that. 2.5-point favorites. The over-under set at 46.5. They don't care. The Bengals don't care if they're favored or not. And there are times, think about it. They were favored like crazy against the Ravens, and they knew it was going to be a dogfight. Last week, they were underdogs. Much higher underdogs than I anticipated. It got up to 6 points, which was just kind of wild to me. This is going to be a tough game. And I think that the Bengals, they are built to, just like Zac Taylor said, they are built for these moments because they can win in so many different ways. And I really do encourage you. Last week, I recorded a positive, I would describe it as not an apology to Zac Taylor, but an admission that I was wrong about him after 2 seasons and why he deserves so much credit for this team. And so I don't want to just do the same video again this week, but you should go back and watch that video if you haven't. It was doing really well, and then we had so many other videos that a lot of you might not have seen it, so that's why I want to mention it. This coaching staff has done a great job. And I trust that they're going to make sure these guys are locked in because they know how tough it's going to be to go to Arrowhead. But I just wanted to share that because now it's not like the Bengals are underdogs. And all week long, the Chiefs are going to hear 2.5-point underdogs or 2-point underdogs. You're underdogs at home underdogs in the conference championship game. It's going to be weird. So the Bengals are going to have to withstand that. I do think that they're certainly capable of doing that. The other thing I wanted to mention is on the head coaching front for some of these coordinators. Brian Callahan interviewed with the Colts on Friday via Zoom. Haven't heard anything about a second interview there. I know Dan Quinn of the Cowboys is going to interview for a second time, so we'll see about Brian Callahan. But Diana Rossini reporting that Lou Anarumo hasn't even been contacted for a head coaching job. So maybe that changes after what he did against Josh Allen. But he's got some motivation too. And what a chip to have on your shoulder. You've been shutting down these high-end quarterbacks. You've helped the Bengals beat Patrick Mahomes 3 times. You've helped them shut down Josh Allen, and this defense has come up big in big moments all season long, and you're not even getting a sniff. After he did interview with the Giants last year, he's got to come to play. And I think that's another thing. In this business, like the sports media business actually relates to the coaching business. At some point, you can't worry about the next job. You just have to be so locked in on what you're doing, regardless of what's going on, regardless if you're interviewing, regardless of Because if you do what you need to do day in and day out here, it's going to lead to that. And I know Brian knows that. I know Lou knows that. And so you should be getting the absolute best from this coaching staff this week, which they're going to need it because it's going to be a tough game. We're going to have a ton for you. Joe Burrow Talks Wednesday. We will be there. Zac Taylor Talks Wednesday. We will be there. We are going to have all of your coverage for AFC Championship week. We are going to Kansas City, so you got to keep it locked right here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk. Hit that subscribe button. Ring the bell. Also go to allbengals.com. And if you want more Bengals content, you know I'm on the Locked On Bengals podcast as well. It's that time of year. So if you're looking for Bengal stuff, we have you covered. Subscribe, ring the bell. And for our channel coordinator, Andrew Fox Miller, I'm James Rapien, signing off for now on CBT, Cincinnati Bengals Talk.